Do Scope. This is Queez. Appreciate everybody's been rocking with the channel. Support, subscribe, hit that like button. We appreciate it all. We're gonna talk about my mans today, man. Well, he ain't really my mans. He really an op. He really an op. Cause I ain't rocking with nobody that ain't with the Sixers. But if you look at Cam Thomas, man, he's had an interesting offseason. He's a dude that can average like 20 points anytime you give him 20 plus minutes. A dude who put the ball in the bucket. We in the offensive era. That is an era. Nobody play defense like that anymore. A guy that can score 3 40-point games in a row, a guy who just has increased his scoring average every year, should have some value in the league. But it seems like, whether it's online chatter or hearing from the Nets themselves, it don't seem like they value him that much. And it's great that he can score. They're looking for somebody who can do a lot more. And that's kind of what the league is really asking for these days. They want everybody 1 through 5 to be able to do more than just score. You want to be able to pass, cut, switch, defend a little bit, score, shoot. Like, they want you to do a lot of different things. And for somebody like Cam Thomas, who has been openly criticized by his coach of not passing the ball, being a ball hog, or, not really playmaking, looking for his own shot, taking half the team shots. These things have negatively impacted his career, where now it's hard for him to find his value. This is what the Nets offered him: 2 years, $30 million. That's $15 million a year, y'all. At this point, with somebody with his production, $15 million a year, I feel like you pay guys off the bench that average, 15 minutes. You pay them that. But somebody like Cam Thomas, who is carried that Nets team to wins that they shouldn't even have. That team is penciled in to lose 50 plus games every year at this point. So for him to be able to prove his value on a team that's destined to lose, it's kind of hard to do that. Like, it's hard to say I play winning basketball on a team that really don't got talent to win. And the games they do win is a miracle in itself. They're not really surrounded by much of complementary pieces. A lot of these guys are just thrown together and just go told to play. They get a new coach every time you turn around. It's just not really the ideal. They don't even have a system. Actually, they don't even have a system either. So it's hard for you to be able to find a value when it's basically like, yo, go get a bucket. And that's kind of what Cam be dealing with. Now, I'm not just saying like Cam is a perfect player and deserve to get $50 million a year, nothing like that. Cam maturity level is the reason why it's hard for him to find his value and the narrative on him. You got to be careful. In this league, they will make a narrative about you and keep it up. They can put this on you your whole career. Guys like Melo and other players who have gotten reputations as being like, a bad teammate or a dirty player or no defense or selfish. These things follow you and they would affect your value. Especially as you get older, you're going to be sitting there like, I just average 25. Nobody want me. You're going to be looking around crazy. And that's what the league will do. They will discard you. So your attitude is really important. It seems like Cam, every time he gets critiqued, especially in the post game, he doing something to show you it don't look like he can handle it.
Before the game, and he was saying he's encouraging you both to look for your shot, but to look for your teammates as well. You had 7 assists. You laughed there. Why are we laughing?
It is what it is.
Rolling his eyes. He giving you answers where they like, why your assist number so low? Why you ain't playmaking? And his answer is, I am passing. My team can't make no shots. That ain't really what you want to hear, man. Like, I understand that you're young. You're not really. You get older when you step into that leadership role, but when you playing for contracts, that's just not the way you talk. Your teammates are just as young as you. They don't talk like that. So when you say stuff like that and your coach is openly criticizing you in the media, and then you rolling your eyes and you just saying whatever, it makes you look uncoachable. And when you look uncoachable, this follows you. I think this year is going to be hard for him to find his value because he signed with the $6.9 million qualifying offer. So he's going to be going. There's no way he's going back to the Nets. That era is done. The only way he could find value is probably being a 6th man. He's an undersized guard. He's 6'3", shooting guard at that. Most of the good shooting guards in the league are 6'5", 6'6". And then you pair him with point guards that are 6'3". I can't have a backcourt being 6'3", both of my guys being 6'3", or one being 6'3", one being 6'4". That small backcourt don't work in this NBA, man. The Portland tried it. Most teams tried it. It don't work. Any team that tried it does not work. You need one of those guys to be 6'6". You got to have, in an era where it's mismatches, switches all the time, unless he's a Pat Bev defender or a Chris Paul defender, guys who do really good guarding taller guys, it's just not going to work. So with that situation there, it's hard for him to find fits in the league. Now, I'm hearing from reports he want to get paid like Tyler Hero, Jalen Green, and Quickly. That's $32 million a year right there. You're not going to get that. You're just not going to get that. Now, those guys, I'm not saying none of those guys are way head and shoulders above, better than him, because I don't think they are. And to be honest with you, those guys are unproven just as much as Cam is. Immanuel Quickley has not done much in this league. Tyler Hero has not done much in this league. Done a little bit. You got 1 awards in here. He done a little bit. Jalen Green has not done nothing much in this league either. At this situation, Cam is going to have to show the league that he can do more than just score. It's great that he can score. A lot of teams can benefit from that, but you got to show the league that you're willing to do what it takes to fit into a system and actually be the player that the team needs and do everything that the team needs, hypothetically speaking, because you look at yourself as the best player. The way he looks at himself as a 1 or 2. So be able to show that, you got to do everything on the court, or at least be willing to put your body on the line to do it. I got to see you step in the middle for some charges. It's a lot. At this point in his career last year, he had about 8 games of 5 assists or more. He need to double that. If he doubles that, again, he's showing the league, just like his assists have creeped up every year, which is not hard to do when you coming from 1 assist a game. He been doing that since college. The Nets knew who they were drafting. That's literally what he's been his whole career. Until you continue to do what you're doing, passing the ball, upping your assist each year. I think getting that to like 4 or 5 this year would do a lot for you as far as value go. But in this situation, he's not going to get his value on his next contract either. The Nets already talking about you're not going to be a focal point. They're going to have their, other players be the focal point. So you're not going to get the opportunities. I seen the coach bench him for 10, 12 straight minutes one time with multiple games. I've seen him not be able to get minutes. Fantasy-wise, as a killer. He's on a short leash. The coach is not going, he already criticized him enough. I feel like Cam's on a short leash, and if the coach is seeing him not work the ball around and do what he wants, he's going to yank him. Imagine the guy trying to play into a contract dealing with that. So this year, he's going to have to, I'm not going to tell him to change his attitude or change, be different than who he is. I feel like what makes him him is who he is. That's the confidence that allows him to be able to drop, 3 straight games of 40 points. You got to be you. But it's the way you go about it. Carry a little bit more professionalism. I hate telling guys that because the league uses that as like a weapon. But being a little bit more professional in your interviews when you're playing for contracts is something you got to kind of do at this point. Because the league don't look at you the way you look at yourself. And the scoring is nice, but the fans don't even think, they think it's empty stats. Fans think it's empty stats. The league think it's empty stats. Media think it's empty stats. You're going to have to be able to turn that. It's going to be hard to do that on Brooklyn, but play your way into a contract where I recommend, and who am I? I ain't nobody, that you sign with a contending team in the offseason, a team that will give you a 6-man role, but that is used to winning. You're going to have to show that you can play in a system and excel in that system. You're going to have to Jordan Poole it. Jordan Poole came off the bench for the Warriors, played his way into end up being a starter, and then he ended up to his contract where he got the Wizards. You got to take the same approach. And I know you started off hot, but you want to take that same approach. And I think the Warriors would be a good landing spot. The reason I think the Warriors would be a good landing spot, they got to redo the Jordan Poole situation. They don't have no young stars to build around. Moody ain't it. Brandon ain't it. They don't have Post ain't it. They don't got nobody that can actually take the scoring load off of Steph, Jimmy, and them. I feel like somebody like Cam who can play in the system for the first time can benefit from that. I think he would be a good fit. I think Milwaukee would be a good fit. They lost Dame. They don't really have any scoring punch behind Giannis. Nobody's scared of Miles Turner. I don't know why people think that was a good trade for the Bucks. It's not to me. Miles Turner and Giannis, man, give me them in the playoffs all day, every day. Like, I'm not worrying about them. Like, ain't nobody worrying about them. Like, it's that ain't nothing right there. Now, I think the Hawks is tricky. I thought about them for a split second. Now I was like, dang, for the minutes Cam want, he wanted to be on the court with Trey, and that'll be the worst backcourt in history. That ain't gonna work. He can't. He's 6'3", man. That's why it's tough for him. Like, when you 6'3", nobody gonna pair you with another short guard. And most teams got their point guards already, so you ain't gonna be a priority. So that's why it's tough there to be able to see him to be able to do that. Then you got Orlando. Orlando don't got no bench. They ain't got no scores off the bench. Playing in a system where it's a little bit slower, different than what you used to play into, I think can actually enhance your game because you'll show you've been able to adapt to no matter type of system it is. Maybe can allow you to show other parts of your game. Playing in Orlando, you're surrounded by other players. That might be a good fit. Washington, they're going to keep tanking, but maybe you can go there for a year, drop a couple points, drop buckets. Maybe, show a little bit more, and maybe a team can offer you something after that. But you're not going to get the long-term deal that you're looking for. So I see him taking like a short-term deal somewhere else. I think the Warriors would be the ideal spot. They didn't do any moves this offseason. They're not a team to make many moves, and we're talking about next season at that. Unless he get traded during the season, don't rule that out either. If he gets traded during the season, I think the Warriors could be a good landing spot. I just think they can rewrite the Jerome Poole situation. I don't know. I feel like they need a scoring punch, and I feel like he would help. But what messes up his value is the analytics, man. If you look at his numbers analytic-wise, man, it'll be hard to justify playing him 25-plus minutes. Defensive rating of 119 back-to-back years, that's horrible. It lacks context. We don't know who was on the court with him. The Nets are trash. I'm pretty sure everybody got a negative there. You look at his plus minus. He was negative 92 this year, negative 201 last year. Unfortunately, all these analytic nerds do is they just look at that and they judge you. And they attach that to whatever notion and attitude they got with you already. And then that's your value. So for him, he's just going to have to show this year, keep increasing his numbers. But you got to take the Jordan Poole approach, man. Come off the bench, excel off the bench, play your way into a starting role, and then that contract should be able to, hopefully help a winning team win. And that contract's going to be the one you're looking for, man. So let me know what y'all think about Cam Thomas, man. Y'all feel like his value is legit? Like, you feel like is represented the right way? You feel like it's not? You feel like he gets cheated? You feel like people are disrespectful to him? Let me know what y'all think, man. This is Queese Through the Scope. Like, comment, subscribe.